Boom, here we go, battlerap.com. Back to basics for April 15th, Los Angeles, California. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm the Saurus.
We are standing on an incline.
Yeah, no worries. It makes you probably feel even less than you normally do when standing.
Man, and I made us switch sides.
I know. I'm glad you did so. Now that I know there's an
Think about
incline
it.
here,
Right.
I'm just gonna do this all interview.
It's like the Michael Jackson interview. So you're battling Daylyt tomorrow, but we'll talk about that after you battle him because it's not interesting before.
Exactly.
Well, for one question is, let's keep this as a prediction. Do you think he's going to rap or antic?
I think he's gonna rap.
Great.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It's not like, first of all, he wanted the battle, so that's one thing. And then he and I have always been cool. Mm-hmm. He knows that I'm not going to be, I don't even know how, there's not another way to put this. He knows that I'm not going to be a white dude trying to make a point against Daylyt. So there's not going to be any fucking...
Why do they have to be white?
Headless horsemen, because those are the dudes who try to make a point against Daylyt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For the most part.
So you're saying Real Deal, Roan?
I mean, I don't even feel like Real Deal showed up to make a point. I just thought Day thought he might have. But Roan definitely is like the most prime example, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
So this is the thing that we said we weren't going to talk about that we've talked about for the first 2 minutes. Thanks for joining us. So let's talk about some of the things that are on the horizon of Battle Rap that are kind of further down the road. The big announcement is Hollow versus Pat rematch.
Oh, yeah,
tell me about your thoughts on that battle. Does it need to happen?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, with what they gave us with just one round, I mean, it has all of the makings to potentially be the best, debatably, battle we ever see. And I expect no less than that after the sample that they gave us type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They both want it, which is tight. They both want to beat the other, which is awesome. Hollow's out here, which is really tight. I just seen him at the hotel and shit.
When's the last time you saw him?
It's been a long time. Probably since Vegas, 2 years ago when he came to Vegas and we went and played cards and shit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it was tight.
Cool. So you want to predict a winner on that one?
I mean, not really, because it's so nitpicky as far, you know what I'm saying? There's people who think one of them, and I'm so neutral. Every time I watch the battle, I pick a new winner, just the one rounder.
Oh, really? Okay.
But there's people who are so definitively X person got killed by Y, and it's nobody got killed in that battle. That was an amazing back and forth, no matter what. I don't care if anybody thinks either one won, but nobody got killed by any means, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the 3-round battle is going to be, you know? Yeah. No one's going to get bodied. They're too good. Both of them are too good for that. They're both really good at every single aspect of battling.
Right.
That's the scary thing about both of those dudes. There's no... he's meh at this thing. It's no, he's really good at all of these things.
Right, well said. And it hasn't been announced as we're talking, but it will be announced tomorrow. Iron Solomon is taking on B-Magic.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Ladies and gentlemen, they didn't even ask me. I know you guys are upset right now thinking, whoa, why didn't Pete get the long-awaited rematch and only battle that really makes sense for Iron to do? B-Magic is a really interesting opponent choice. I assume it's Iron's choice.
It is. I spoke to
not be. You know what I'm saying?
I spoke to Iron yesterday.
Everything he's doing since his comeback is, I assume, by choice.
Right.
B-Magic is, to me, a really interesting, weird choice for him. Whatever. It'll be it won't be a harsh or hostile environment for him to be performing under, which isn't a bad thing. The matchup itself is weird to me because, B-Magic is a slugger. It's a slugfest. Iron writes so much build-up shit that it's going to be weird to see how he approaches it. And I have, faith that he's going to approach it successfully because look at the growth that he had just from battling Daylyt to battling Diz. It was incredible. So I think he's going into this battle with something in mind, obviously. He has to. He's too smart not to. That's how the guy's always been. Super calculated. But I'm really surprised. You know what I'm saying?
It surprised me, too, when I spoke to him yesterday because we have an article.
Was yo, did you hear who Solomon's battling for the event? And I was like, you're implying that it's not me, so no. And I'm surprised.
He's got to build to Thesaurus.
I mean, I guess. I feel like Yo, I don't know.
It is a weird matchup, and but yeah, he said that when he was thinking about getting back into the ring, Magic was a guy that he was watching that is like, this guy is incredibly talented, which he is. He is the punchline king.
Magic's the illest, bro. Like, if we get 3 rounds of good man, it's gonna be a long night for Iron if that's the case. Yo, B Magic is good, man. He's like my favorite to watch when I'm getting in battle mode and shit. I'm just like, okay, what would B Magic say to anybody? Not even people I'm battling. Just what would he say in this moment? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's the best, bro.
That explains your punchline count going up.
I mean, you know, that's also like just evolving and moving forward. You have to be able to do that to an extent now. You can't do 8-bar build up to a punch anymore. You know what I'm saying? This ain't fucking 30-second freestyle rounds where you can, you know, space out 1 punch every 4. Right. You're good. 8 bars. You got 2 punches and 8 bars.
Yeah, exactly.
Game over. You know, I just won the
3
Scribble
other
Jam.
ones. Yeah. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about is you and Ilmac, obviously, historically the greatest 2-on-2 team of all time, according to you.
That's accurate. According to the world. I mean, according to history and documented fact.
The most accolades.
For
what
sure.
else? The most money winnings.
Most decorated, the most winnings, the most wins. Period. No one's come close to that amount of wins, and we did it in a day.
Right. That's crazy.
We had 10 wins in a day. You know what I'm saying? We had 19 wins and a draw over 2 days of battling. And that doesn't even include playoff shit, where we again swept, basically.
But, so, all that's old news. Because right now, I want to talk about gun titles.
Okay, tight. I'm down.
Sue Surf and Tay Rock.
Yo, they were awesome. They were awesome. Really entertaining. The energy between them is crazy. I've recently, I mean, I wouldn't say recently, maybe over the last year or so, more so, I've started to like Tay Rock more and more as a battler, just personality-wise, presentation-wise and all that. But he's just like a funny and entertaining dude, you know what I'm saying? And his demeanor is hella entertaining. Just, what's he talking about? I love that shit. Oh, it's amazing. And I respect the fact that he listens to his opponents, and if they say something fire, he's like, yo, give it up, you know what I'm saying? Or he claps for it. So he acknowledges and he's actually listening. But yo, him and Sue's energy together is crazy.
That was one we had a preview on the site, and we were like, well, I don't know, they live in different cities, and well, we don't know. And it's like, it's the second they got up there, there was so much star power on that stage.
You live in different cities if you got it, you know what I'm saying? Take it from me.
It was crazy. I was in the building. I was front row for that in the pit, taking photos, and it was just the energy was out of control.
Yo, that shit was amazing. I thought they killed the battle. They couldn't even get lines off. I hate that that's becoming a new thing. Just atrocious gassing, you know what I'm saying? Let a motherfucker get 8 bars out. Because pacing is a huge part of what we do. And I feel like certain atmospheres and audiences are kind of hindering that from being something. Because when we run our verses, I have every breath planned. When I'm going into the battle. And I know there's going to be times where I have to adjust for reaction and whatnot, but you should at least be able to get your momentum going. You know what I'm saying? If you say every sentence and then people just lose their mind at the setup to every sentence, not only is it frustrating as a rapper, you're also creating a very loose standard as a fan for what is acceptable to go apeshit for. Right. And is every setup necessarily needed to go apeshit for? No, definitely not. Save it for the hard shit. There's shit worth going crazy for.
But it's also, we've seen this evolution of styles where it was longer angles, longer setups to being punch. So now we're used to cheering after every line.
You're right.
So, but it's
a dude like Big K or B Magic or something like that. And I know it frustrates K too. I know I've talked to him about it. And I know you have too in an interview. Him and Magic, those are 2 dudes who their writing actually does warrant the reaction almost pretty much every setup too. It's just yo, what? Wait, what?
And Fresco against you had that as well.
Real. Same type of shit.
But the thing is Magic and K specifically have such a ease of flow that when they can string together 4 bars, 8 bars, 12 bars, it's so good. But when you're getting stopped all the time, then it really impacts that. And then I've seen, what people writing online, E. Farrell said this as well, that he's like, we're kind of at a stage where now all of a sudden it's taking me an hour to watch a battle. And not because there's so much content, but because there's so much crowd reaction. And it's like, I've been...
a 31-minute battle with 20 minutes of reaction and shit.
And like, I've been in those rooms and I've been reacting with those people. And like, and it's like, it's not like, oh, it's not like that it's like the whole concept of gas. It's like, no, you're reacting to performance, you're reacting to the excitement, you're reacting to the energy, you're reacting like kind of the social element of battle rap.
Of course.
So it's like, but I don't know how we can kind of temper that or how we can fix that so that the footage looks better.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough too because you don't want to discourage an audience from reacting. You know what I'm saying? If someone thinks something's tight, I want them to acknowledge that it's tight. And I don't know. You're right though about as far as like the product quality in the long run, which is the footage, of course. Like for that sake, something needs to somehow be tempered. I just don't know what the proper way is.
It's almost like we're seeing this kind of scaling back of events. This is. There's probably only 200-300 people here for this one. It'll be a bit bigger.
Though,
it'll be bigger. It'll be bigger tomorrow.
For a GZ, bro. This is tight.
And it's crazy. You haven't been in there yet, but it's like Queen's Flip is here. Like there's all sorts of kind of like Poison Pen's here. Hollow's in the city.
Yeah, Hollow's here. That was a trip to me. When I walked out the hotel room, I'm like, yo, I see Hollow, Ice, and Rex. I'm like, what? What's good? So tight.
Yeah. So anyhow, lots to talk about. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you, and we will do a post-battle interview once Daylyt, once you finish smearing whatever Daylyt spreads on you.
Whatever substance I'm doused in, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Yep, no
Good
doubt.
to see you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're out. BattleRap.com.